Hey everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things, and I have an experience for you. I'm coming to you a lot sunburned and very sore. So, if you want to know more, stay tuned. I am drinking a macchiato with 3 pumps of toffee nut. And it's got oat milk, and it's delicious. I'm going to put that up there so I don't drop it. Okay, so Wednesday, today is Thursday, this video is probably going to come out on a Saturday. Cross your fingers that I can edit it and be okay. So we went to Big River Waterpark in New Caney, Texas? Yes. In New Caney, Texas. And it was a superhero day. I don't know. They have like themed days going on during the summer, and you can get a season pass. My sister and her kids have season passes, and we went with them. But because it was a superhero day, kids under a certain height got in free with a paying adult. Like if you bought a ticket there. And I did. And yeah, it was fun. I mean, it's about as fun as any place with a toddler where you're like, okay, we're doing this activity. Oh, okay, let's go over. Oh, you want to go over here? Oh, over there. This place looks really cool. It is really cool. There is a zip line, and there's this obstacle course thing that's like super tall, like you work your way up, I think, or maybe you work your way down. I can't go because I got a toddler. There's axe throwing. There's some little carnival rides. We went on, I took my youngest nephew and my kiddo, and they have, like teacups, but they're hot air balloons, and you get to spin, which I liked and my nephew liked, but my kid didn't like when we spin. Like, if you let it go, it'll like gently, like, as you're going around, it will like sort of turn you. That she was fine with. There's, we went on the big, they have one of those boats, the boats, I don't know what they're called, but I love that. I had to take my older nephew on that one, because I wanted to turn. They have, the swings, but they don't go very high. They're geared for the smaller kids, and it just kind of, it's probably about a foot off the ground whenever it's sitting still, and then it doesn't, it barely goes out. But my kid was like, no, I'm not getting on there. And there's a few other rides. They have the drop tower. They have a small one. I think they're putting in a bigger one. Like, there was construction and they were building something really tall, so I'm assuming that's what that is going to be. And then they have some water slides for like bigger people, bigger kids and adults. And there's a height limit, so like you have to be taller than a certain height to get on them. And there's 2 water slide sections, I think. There's like the straight down chute slides, and then there's like the closed in slides, and then there's one that does the whoosh and then back down into the water. And we didn't do those because we have toddlers. They have lots of fun stuff. There's like playground area that we spent a lot of time at. They have one of those drop buckets. My kid's not a big fan of trying to get up on the playground area because there's water sprays in all directions, and she doesn't like her face getting wet. And then they have some smaller little slides off of a splash pad area, and there's a line for that. But yeah, it was super fun. My kid went down one of the slides. I wish I got a picture, but I didn't. The older nephew goes, "Hey, do you want to go slide with me?" And she's like, "Okay." And they walked over there, took off their shoes. We stood in line because I knew I was going to have to walk her up there because she was smaller. And yeah, we got to the top, and then she was like, "No, I'm okay." And I was like, "No, just sit down. I'm almost right here." And she was holding my hand and holding his hand. It was a double slide. They had the divider. And he counted. He's like, 1, 2, and I pushed on 3, and they went down together. And you kind of, because she wasn't prepared, she kind of went underwater. And as soon as they got down there, my older nephew like scooped her up, made sure she was okay. And he's like, "Was that fun?" And she was like, "No." She doesn't like getting water in her face. It was funny. And there's a wave pool, so like it'll be all nice and calm. And then every, I don't know, 20 minutes or something, a buzzer goes off, and then the waves slowly start. And it's fun. And there's lots of music playing, and it made me go and feel like I was a teenager again, because like all the music that they were playing was from when I was in high school, or like just out of high school. And I was like, "Oh, I know the song," and I was like grooving. And my kid was just like, "Yeah, Mom, okay." I'm like, "You're almost 4. You don't understand." And I got me one of these cases before I went. It's a Casemate, so I could take pictures and keep my phone with me so I could take pictures. Did I say I was taking pictures? I take lots of pictures. And we got our hand stamped so we could go out to the car and eat. They do have places to eat on or in the park, but I don't think there's really any dairy-free options. I mean, you could get like a pretzel or fries, but the fries might come with cheese, and I was just like, nah, we're just gonna pack a cooler. So I got myself a cooler. Well, we already had the cooler. If I can find the links for this thingy and the cooler, and anything else I talk about, I'll leave them in the description. So I started packing my cooler like 3 days ago, just like the stuff that doesn't need to be refrigerated. Like I stuck it in the outside pockets, made sure we had cups. And then I got this collapsible water bottle. It was really cute. Okay, I had to get it. It's the silicone, and I think it's dishwasher safe. I can't remember now. But whenever you're done using it, you can just... And so we put water in that a few days ago and stuck it in the fridge so it'd be cold. I had the moment because I was like, "Oh, I'll just freeze a little bit of water in one of her cups, and then she'll have ice in her cup." I left the straw in it, and I put the cup the way it was supposed to be instead of laying it on the side, and it hadn't defrosted enough. So then I had to try to warp the straw whenever I was putting it in so that she could still get her liquid out of the cup, because the ice had not melted. Because I left it in the cooler, obviously. So And then I wanted to make sure that we had something that had electrolytes because I knew we were going to be out in the sun. And I got some of these juices, the I don't know what it's called. Some Bai water. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I got watermelon flavored. It was actually really good. And I think it did make my kid want to drink something. But we had peanut butter sandwiches, chips, and some fruit, and some applesauce. And I think it was good for us to get away from the water park and sit and, like, I don't know, have a moment of quiet while we ate before we went back and played some more, because I think there's so much going on at the water park. My kid would have been like, I don't want to eat, I want to go play. And this is how I know this is true, because at 3:30, I was like, hey, to my sister, I was like, we should go get our snow cones so we could eat them before we leave. And she was like, snow cones and then leaving. And we sat close to the bathrooms, so we took turns changing. Like, she went and changed, and then she changed her kids one at a time, and then I went and changed, and then after my kid was done with her snow cone, I changed her. Like, we just keep all of our stuff together, just eat our snow cones in peace in this little corner. Snow cones are, I guess they're not that bad. They're like $8 a snow cone, and there's only one size, but there's multiple flavors. My kid had birthday cake flavor, and I had cherry flavor, but I guess because it was hot, the ice was melting so fast, and it was just watered down sugar. You could barely taste a flavor. I was a little sad. But it's a snow cones at a water park, so they also have a pizza place, and if you're gonna go, get a large pizza, because math-wise, it works out. You get the better deal. If you get a large pizza, or the full pizza, and you eat a piece or two, then you can stick the rest of it in your locker and take it home with you. And you have dinner. And maybe lunch for tomorrow. We did that last year. I mean, it was crazy. And my stomach didn't like it, but it was good pizza. It tasted good. It's just one slice of pizza for the price that they want is a bit pricey. They also have some tacos, and there's a funnel cake place. I don't know what I was trying to say before. Yeah. I don't know what else to talk about. Maybe the price? Did I talk about all the things? The water slides. They have a thing called Wild Islands. We don't go over there because our kiddos are too small. The zip line is called Hawk Glide. Oh, the obstacle course is called Eagle Challenge. I'm looking at the website real fast. And then, they have a little rock wall thing, like a climbing. I forgot about that. Oh, and a lazy river. How could I forget the lazy river? We spent a lot of time in there. If you get your tickets, if you're getting just a single ticket, it is $39.99 for any day, which means, like, say you don't know what day you're going, but you're gonna go. It's $39.99, but with tax and the convenience fee and the online fee, it ends up being like $45, $46. And then you have a choose your day pass. So that's like you have your ticket for this day only. And I think that one's normally, it says it's like $34 or something like that. But again, with taxes and stuff, it's going to be 40-something dollars. There's also like a paid parking, VIP parking, which is like right close to the door. That's what we got. It's $20 to park there. But in my mind, because we went out to eat in the car and then went back to the water park, it was like perfect. It was perfect parking. Like we were literally across from the door. They're like the crosswalk to get to the door, like to the area that has like the where you pay and then where you go in. Was 3 cars away from us. And they do bag checks before you go through. They also have a little store. It's got some of these, but they're kind of cheap. And I don't know how well they work. Like, you're supposed to test these before you use them. They also have towels and then like little stuffed animals and some little snacky food things in there. So like there was like a cookie this big in there. It was all wrapped up in saran wrap. And then there was like a big old, Rice Krispie treat. On our way out, we saw it. Yeah. So that was our experience. We did put sunscreen on, we put sunscreen on when we got there. My face sunscreen did really well. I'm using the e.l.f. sunscreen. My face is actually not that burnt. Like there's some pink, but it doesn't hurt like a sunburn. So perfect. That on the other hand, look, you can see where my swimsuit was. I did reapply sunscreen. I did. I didn't, you can't get your back the right way. And I forgot to ask my sister to help me reapply. So my back is a bit burnt. My legs normally don't burn, but this is like the 3rd time in my life that they've gotten sunburned, and maybe the 4th time. Maybe I might be missing. I was like, the one time at Schlitterbahn. I mean, I guess when I was like a kid, we're not gonna talk about when I was a kid. I was probably burned my whole entire childhood. It didn't matter anyway. But I remember one time at Schlitterbahn. Oh my goodness! It's like anytime at a water park, I get sunburned on my legs. And then the one time that I got sunburned, I got windburn. It wasn't sunburn; it was windburn on my legs. I had an umbrella and everything. A different time, different story. Yeah. But I'll leave my e.l.f. sunscreen linked below too. Yeah. Do I have anything else to talk about? They're doing some construction near the water park if you're going 2024. And it's a bit confusing where the entrance is. So don't do the speed limit. You can go slower. It's okay. I had to make a U-turn. Yeah. And if somebody comes flying up behind you, there's another lane they can go around. It's going to be fine. Yeah. Big River Water Park and Adventure, I believe is what it's called. And I definitely recommend it, especially if you have older kids, teenagers, or if you're going by yourself. Hey, doesn't matter how old you are. I saw a group of elderly women. I'm going to say it that way because they were older women and they all had white, gray hair. And they had the cutest, like, one-piece swimsuits on. One of them, it was like a tie-dye swimsuit, and I asked her, I was like, oh, your swimsuit's so pretty. Where'd you get it? And she was like, I made it. She made she tie-dyed it herself. I was like, it's awesome. And, they were out there having fun. There was like 5 to 8 of them. It was awesome. Yeah. Be aware that there are places that are shaded and people just leave their towels. No one's going to steal your towel, especially if you put your name on it. At one point, I took the puddle jumper off of my kiddo, and we had water shoes. You should have flip-flops or some kind of water shoe, because the concrete gets very hot. Very hot. Me and my kid thought we could run across from the one place to the other, and it got too hot, and she tripped and fell, and now she has 3 band-aids on her foot, but she doesn't know which one, because we keep socks on her feet. So just have some water shoes or some flip-flops. There are some rides or activities that they're like, no shoes here, you can take your shoes off. You'll see people will leave their shoes lined up on the outside of the area. I don't think anyone's going to steal your shoes. Your shoe might get kicked by a toddler, but it'll just be like over there. Okay, that's all I have to say. If you give it a thumbs up, reapply sunscreen like every hour, and before you put the sunscreen on, don't use the spray. Spray doesn't work. Before you put your sunscreen on, dry off really well and be in the shade for like 20 to 30 minutes before you go play again, if you can manage that. My kid has a sunburn right here and along her neckline. She had the long sleeve. Not sunburned? Sunburned. Not sunburned? Sunburned. Yeah. Fun times. This has been an adventure from Stephanie. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or any suggestions, or have you been to Big River Water Park, tell me in the comments section. And what's your favorite part of the Big River Water Park? I just call it the water park. And subscribe, because then you don't miss out on any of my videos. And I talk about books and random things. Like, this was actually very good. I might have to make a video just on this case. And I do, paper pie books. They're still books. Ow, I just scratched my leg. It hurt really bad. And share this video, because maybe you know someone in Texas that needs a suggestion for a place to go. I will see you on my next video. Bye!